start marking out stuff so I don't have to do it later. Alright, so have some exaggerated options here as well. And in terms of price action, we have that major resistance being broken. Wait for that. We'll do this two different ways. We'll do this first and that second. Okay. Esoteric, what's going on? That guy, what's going on? Crypt Jim. Hey guys, how you doing? I told somebody I'm not gonna apologize, and I'm not. But no more excuses. I'm here now. I promise that every single Monday and Wednesday and Friday, I'm going to be on. This has been ridiculous. The amount of things I've taken away from the live streams, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done making excuses for the live stream. I'm done making excuses for everything going on. Train's been going good though. We did try to hop into a short. I'll show you a couple different reasons why. I have since then abandoned that just because some major things have happened that until those are reversed, I really can't look at this how I was looking at it before. I truly think that if this continues, we might actually have a retest back down to about 7,500 potentially. But besides that, if as long as we can hold above 7,500, I do think we could get up to about 8,500 to 8,600, depending on when that happens. But we do have some major things telling us that we will see some downside, potentially. So far, it has not proven so, but it is what it is. ETH needs to calm down. Let's check on ETH real quick before we get started. ETH just keeps trucking forward. ETH is actually looking very bullish at the moment. It's coming back down to retest this support. If it can get that support and confirm it, ETH is about to have a blast off, an absolute blast off. Let me go to a little bit higher time frame for this. Let's see. You do have that macro resistance right here. Okay, that is the major one to look out for. But besides that, you have this major area around 221. But besides that, it's clear skies. Okay, once you get past about 270, potentially your next target is going to be around 377. You might hit a little bit of horizontal resistance in the 316 zone, but besides that, it's looking pretty good. Everything's looking pretty good right now, which is what's scary to me. Okay, it shouldn't. It should not be looking this good, but it is. And just in the off chance that this is a fake out, because as you guys know, the herd is wrong about 70% of the time. And I'll admit it, I'm pretty bearish right now, to be honest. Just the way open interest was looking, but some things have changed on open interest since then. Just in the past couple of hours, past couple of days, that have really made me second guess whether or not we're gonna be heading back down soon. So let's actually start off with that. I've been introducing this to everybody in a Telegram and my one-on-one students lately. And what this is called open interest. It's found on Trading Light. Okay. And essentially, it's how much money is looking to get into the market. Okay, I keep punching the microphone. It's how much money is looking to get in the market. And what you'll find with open interest is it's the complete opposite of price action. Usually, usually, when open interest goes down, price action goes up. The reason being is you don't want to put your money into an asset that is on its way upwards. You want to put your money in when it's on the way down. That way, you're getting a good buy in and potential profit on the next swing high. Okay. So that's why you'll see open interest being opposite of price action. But literally, this past ascending wedge, open interest has called every single top and every single bottom. It's been absolutely fantastic in the way that we've used it. But so far, this last trade, it kind of took a turn on us. I thought it was going to find support around the 0.382, but unfortunately, we have dropped a little bit lower. Now, it has broken the diagonal, but there is two more horizontal supports that it could find. and potentially take a upturn, which would mean a downside move for Bitcoin. But so far, we have a breakout to the downside. So we could see some major upside action on Bitcoin. Not only that, we have broken, you've probably seen this on so many channels so far. This is the easiest thing to know. We have broken two of the major diagonal resistances that have been holding us back from potentially pushing forward. And we have confirmed support on the most major one, and we are just now surpassing the second one. And that is, let me go ahead and turn off some of this real quick. That way we can just get a better look at the chart. Boom. Boom. Okay. So you guys can see I have some of the uh, diagonals and horizontals drawn out here. I also had a little bit of a logarithmic curve going on because I was seeing that type of price action. We'll see if that actually does hold. I do want to start incorporating those where they can be used because those are absolutely amazing to follow. But essentially, what I was talking about was the diagonal resistance coming from the 9 month downtrend, which we broke above that. We tested the resistance, came back down, confirmed support, got that nice bounce. Now we're continuing to move onwards. And we created two diagonals up at the 10.5 region. We created this one off of these three peaks and then this one off of these two peaks. We confirmed support on the first one, and we are just now passing the second one. So if that is true, this could be a breakout. And you might have a little bit of a chance to get in. But like I said, we do have some of our indicators telling us that we will come back down and potentially retest. Now, depending on how far this goes, it might just be a retest around 7,500. But if it does want to take a tumble, we might even go down to 7,300. Let's go ahead and take a look at the VWAP. Let's see what we got going on there. That usually gives us a better indication of where we'll see this kind of stop along the train. And I know a lot of you guys are coming in saying hello. I just want to get straight to the point, and I'll just get to you guys in just a hot second. So, VPVR is telling us that we do have a lot of resistance where we're currently at. But besides that, the next places that we will stop is about 8,100 to about 8,300. The next major spike on not open interest, the VPVR is around 86 to 87, which if we go back to our chart, you can see that if we went straight up, that's around that zone. It's along that resistance from right here. So that's where I would be looking to take my profits. A lot of people are calling 9K. Potentially, the big players are going to be taking profits between that 86 and 8,800 level, trying to fake out a lot of people that are trying to FOMO into the 9K mark. So I would definitely be on the lookout for that. But so far, we have bearish divergences on our MACD, bearish divergences on our 4-hour RSI. Open interest is looking good for longs. Our support and resistance is looking good for longs. So right now it's a tricky game. Okay. So find a good trade, and a couple of those would be potentially, okay. You can see that we have a couple taps right here. We have one tap here, tap here, tap here. So we know that is a horizontal resistance, which we are sitting at. So you could potentially, okay, not financial advice. I'm a 20-year-old kid. You could potentially take a short here with a stop loss around 7850 to 7,900. I don't want to be too close with it. Okay, I don't want to be too close with it. Let's go back to the VPVR and make sure that's okay. Um, I would say somewhere around 7,950. Okay. So the R&R is not going to be that good. So the short's not really looking like the play to take. It's either wait or wait for the retest and hop it long. That's probably your best two options here. So let's see what that risk reward ratio would look like. Now, obviously, you could take a chance on this, hit the trade, and then potentially we break that bottom support and we go plummeting down to 6,200, because that is the other option on the side of this coin. It's either 8,700 or it's 6,200. Either way, if we break out to the either side, we're going to have a multi-thousand-dollar move. That's the way this is going to be looking like. So, I mean, if you do get lucky, potentially the trade itself, just from a pattern standpoint, which is what I really promote unless we actually see the breakout, is about a 2.17. Not the most fantastic trade, I do promote that if you are to take a trade, take above a 4. Otherwise, you're kinda not risking you're risking more than you're potentially gonna win. It's not a good situation. You wanna make sure that if you put up money, you wanna win big, okay? But like I said, if we do happen to break that support, we could take a trickle down to 7,200. Actually, let me double check the VPVR. The VPVR actually has some very nice support underneath us around the 7,300 to $7,100 mark. So, no, that's actually looking pretty tough. That does look like it's going towards us moving to the upside. But like I said, I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't have a good feeling about this move. It just doesn't seem organic. The only way this ever makes sense to me, us pushing to the upside here, is if you're looking at this on a macro scale as a gigantic Adam and Eve, but I just don't see it. Obviously, that could be something that's happening, but I just don't see it. I do think we would like to I mean, if you're really bullish on Bitcoin, I think you would love to see it come back down, retest some of that macro support, and then potentially make a cut pattern and then put in an Adam and Eve and blast off to the upside that way. This doesn't seem like it seems like it's gonna be a simple retest of resistance and then we're gonna plummet again. I feel like it's a bull trap. That's what I feel like. It's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm here to give you the technicals behind this, but that's just from my perspective. I just don't feel good about it. So that's why I've kind of been shying away from longs. We've been making a lot off of these shorts, and I haven't been afraid to take longs. We've been actually making quite the killing around here. But besides that, there's nothing really to talk about with Bitcoin. Those are my targets. And like I said, the $6,200 target right now, until we break that $7,100 zone, I really can't say that. Even then, we do have this little peak here at about 6,800. So if we can break about 71 to 68, I do think we could drop down to this lower number here at about 6,200. Past that, if we can get past 6,200, we'll drop down to 5,500 pretty easy. So that's what I am looking for. That's what I would love to see out of Bitcoin right now, to form a pattern that is actually bullish. Right now, we're just in a gigantic bear flag uh, that potentially could wreck everybody. Okay, so be careful, don't make mistakes, and don't be afraid to sell your Bitcoin. I know a lot of people love to hodl, it's their favorite thing. But trust me when I say this, if you don't sell at the right times, you will get hurt. Just like when we were back here, and I told you guys that was a 5-year long support. That if that got broken, no matter if it was Corona or just regular price action, it was going to plummet. Now, did I think it was going to plummet that hard? No. But you have to find these macros and be willing to sell your Bitcoin on it. Not just short, but actually sell. Don't be afraid to do so. Sometimes you will make mistakes, sell at the wrong places and buy at the wrong places, but it's all about taking chances, learning, trial and error. Nothing is ever done right once. Try again. You got to be like the little train that could with trading. So, the little trade that could. Let me go ahead and say hi to you guys. JJ, what's going on, man? Jason Allen, I agree 100%, man. Mitch, is this good for Bitcoin? I love that meme. The question is this good for Bitcoin? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. We're in a gigantic ascending wedge or a gigantic bear flag. Either way, this is not good for Bitcoin. We want to see it come back down before it's too late. Make that rounded bottom, put them in an Adam and Eve or even a double bottom, doesn't matter, and then blast off to the upside. We want to see that. That's what we need to see. Um, Koopsicle, hey Kite, I sent you a message via Discord per Bybit affiliation. Never heard from you. Let me look back at my messages. If you can go ahead and type me another message so that your name pops to the top, because I got so many people messaging me all the time. Sometimes they get buried. And give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go let Fish back in. He's taking a poopy, so I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Back. And there's this new software out called RTX Voice. It's absolutely fantastic. Way less latency on my actual speech than Adobe Audition and does a better job too. So you can't knock it. So if you guys have an RTX card and you guys talk to people all the time, maybe pick it up and help you out. Stretchy B, what's going on, man? BT test lows and then I can't say it. I just can't say it. Let's see. Fishy. It's not food time yet. I'm trying to get fish on a eating schedule, and he's not loving it. He is not loving it. I'm not starving him. I'm just spacing out when I give him food, and it's actually made him a lot more obedient, even though he does throw tantrums. Because now he associates me with, hey, this man is my only source of food, so might as well just be patient. Let's see. I don't think it's too upsetting to take advantage of the certain situation because yes, I do think we're probably gonna have a move to the upside. Would I love to see it? Absolutely not. But I do think we'll see a move to the upside, pretty soon. And the thing that kinda told me this off the bat the other day was we had a double bottom off the 50 on the daily RSI. You guys know that I love that 50. It gives you so many great signals. It's amazing. So make sure that the 2 hour and the daily is one of the things that you check on your RSI around the 50 for those types of bounces and rejections because they definitely can tell you a lot of good information. Keto for fish, no Wendy's. Yeah, I'm trying to slow down on giving him fast food and letting him eat when I eat and what I eat because I feel like that's building some bad habits. I'm trying to get him on a eating schedule. I'm getting on an eating schedule. We're doing it together. I'm not having it anymore. I'm tired of making excuses and waiting and I'm gonna die one day. We're all gonna be dead in the ground. I just don't want to feel like I wasted it, you know. And the reason why I'm talking like this is not because I'm suicidal, but there's a new show on Netflix that it was a really good show. Cried at the end. It's called Midnight Gospel. It might not be your cup of tea, but it's more about what's being said rather than what's being displayed. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. Yeah, apparently the first person to live to 1,000 years old is already born today. That's what some scientists said. Obviously, it's not like genetically, like some superhuman out there is gonna live until he's 1,000, like Yoda. No, it's just saying that, hey, someone born today is gonna be alive when technology progresses enough to the point where they can stay alive for 1,000 years. And I was in this discussion with somebody, and they were just raising all these questions about, you know, how would we perceive it? Wouldn't we go crazy because we're only used to 100 years and all this stuff? And I was like, no, everything is relative. If we live for 1,000 years, time just feels relative. It just means that a year is going to feel extremely fast at a certain point. It's an exponential growth chart, but for how you perceive time. When you're 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your life. So you perceive time differently than someone that has lived for 50. That's just how it works. So we might live for 1,000 years, but might not be, you know, might not feel like that long. World won't end until 2021. Seems plausible at this point. Hey, off the desk. Off the desk. Let's see. Trying to look. Yeah, we still have that bearish divergence on the daily. It's not confirmed yet because it hasn't crossed over. But it is in play at some point. We might surpass it. We might confirm bullish convergence. At that point, you'll probably see a lot more people start hopping into longs. But as of right now, I'm sure that's what's holding people back. But like I said, that's gonna be all I said tonight, guys. Actually, before I go, let's take a couple look at we talked about Ethereum levels for that. I know it was brief, but I feel like it was pretty, you know, step by step. It wasn't too much. Let's take a look at XRP before we go. I know we got a lot of XRP fans out there. So XRP is focusing on breaking this horizontal resistance. You can see we already tested it, but got rejected. Okay, so it's testing that horizontal resistance. We have this diagonal support. It is getting pinched. Now, XRP could go on a monstrous run, to be honest. Let's see. Let's fold out a little bit. We do have this region right here, as well as right here, relatively. And if you guys look at my chart, you guys can see that I'm using Hakanishi candles with no wicks. Uh, I've actually found that that is much more useful to me than being able to see wicks. Being able to see where the average support and resistance is invaluable. Yes, sometimes you can get wicked out, but that's why I promote that when you guys find a support and resistance that you're taking a short or a long off of, you guys don't be greedy and try to crank up your leverage with the risk to reward, but rather give yourself some breathing room between that support and your stop, or that resistance and your stop. That way, you have a much less likely chance of getting stopped out and having the trade go through. Wouldn't you rather win a trade than get stopped out and then have to re-enter the trade? That's all I'm saying. Okay, so if XRP decides to go on a run, the levels I would be looking for to test is about 22 cents at first, and about 24 cents, and then 27 cents. Those are the three levels I would be looking at if we do see a breakout. Now, if we see a breakdown, I'd probably be looking for it to drop to the point 0.5. Let's go ahead and find out where that is. We'll probably see it drop to about 16 cents. It could surpass that and drop down to the 0.2836. 0.236, my bad. I don't know what the 0.2836 is. At about 14.6 cents. But actually, XRP on the 3-hour chart, the RSI does have a very nice bull flag going for it. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Make sure you guys are utilizing the RSI to its fullest potential. It has so much to give, and you guys just aren't taking. All right. So it's got that nice little bull flag going on. We'll see if it breaks out to the upside. Um, we have a lot of leeway. We can go all the way up to 86. But besides that, cool. Ripple is suing YouTube for crypto scam channels. I would too. Like YouTube has not done anything about them. Absolutely nothing. All they've done is ban actual YouTubers and not the scam channels. I just don't understand. Yes. Are they going to continue popping up even if they get banned? Absolutely. But ban them again. Hardware ban them. I don't know. Do something, YouTube. Do something. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. I'm so happy to be back. I said I was not going to apologize, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm taking this serious now. Take my health serious. I've had some heart issues the past couple of weeks that's actually been scaring me. So ever since I was a kid, at the most random times, like I could be, I remember one time very vividly, I was going to bed at my grandma's house when I was about 7 years old, and my heart just started pounding. And I was like, "Dad, can you put your hand on my chest? Let me feel my heart real quick." And he was like, "Oh, we need to go get your grandma." So she put one of those pulse rate things on me. Came out to about 230, somewhere up in the higher 200s. We called the ambulance. By the time they got here, got there, everything was fine. And it hadn't happened for a while, but recently started happening again. And as well as that, it just I could be sitting in my chair and my heart will be like 130 beats per minute. It's ridiculous. I know the first thing I have to do is fix my diet, lose some weight. Obviously, if it does not eliminate the problem at that point, it is probably something actually happening inside, which I'll have to go get checked out. But I'm starting to just kind of take things a little bit more serious. So I appreciate all you guys still stopping in, even though I'm inconsistent as hell when it comes to my timing. But I promise from here on out, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at least, I will be on. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll start saying goodbye now. And I hope you guys have a great night. That guy, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Mitch, you have a great night. Mrs. G, thank you as always. I'm glad that we're on the same side right now. I really am. Crazy Kangaroo, thank you very much. Esoteric, I will. Andrew, thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro. Fist and Crip Jim. Yeah, it's scary, man. I just like I had this moment of like disgust because I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I, it feels like I'm excelling in one part of my life, but the other part is literally just crumbling, and that's my physical health. Like, my financial health is absolutely fantastic, but, like, my self-discipline when it comes to, just eating good, all and just all the things that go into a healthy mindset as well, and that's what really is getting to me, so I appreciate you guys so much. I really don't know why you guys still stay with me even though I keep doing this, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Will I stream tomorrow? Unfortunately not. I'm going to try to just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at first. Make sure that, maybe after a month of me doing that consistently, I'll hop back on the 5-day schedule. Uh, because at that point, I feel like I would actually stick to it. I just want to ease myself into the pool instead of jump into the deep end when it comes to that because I'm going to be trying to focus on a lot of other things. I just don't want to have the constant live stream. It's just, you know, I do care about the live streams. It's not that I don't want to do them. I just know that if I try to spread myself too thin, one thing is going to cause the other one not to get done. So that's kind of my thing behind it. And this has to go too. So I know that's like the first thing a lot of people were telling me, like, hey, you gotta stay away from stimulants. All right. Until you find out whether or not it's a cardiovascular issue caused by poor exercise and eating versus actual heart defect, you need to stay away from stimulants. So I do have to stop that. So start a garden and help with the health both. That sounds like a good idea. I have a money tree. I swear on everything. When I let that money tree grow, I actually see a difference in how much I'm making. And then when I let it die, I'm like, why are these trades just not working out for me? And I go to the kitchen, I'm like, oh, money tree's dying again. Gotta go put it outside. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something that's happening up here or it's just magic. But that money tree has been in my family for like years, like at least 20 years, at least. It just doesn't die. Just doesn't die. All right, guys. I'm gonna stop before I continue. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. All right. Peace out, guys. Love you. Like I said, even if I'm not streaming, you guys got a question, as long as it's something that I can put into words over a Discord message, maybe share a chart or two, I will answer your question. So don't be afraid to reach out to me. Let me know if you have a question or anything like that. It helps me understand what I need to talk about on these live streams because we cover all the simple price action targets, all that stuff. Am I bullish? Am I bearish? What are the technicals saying? All that cool stuff. But a lot of people like other stuff. So, I mean, I look at all these other YouTubers, they got stuff like Fear and Greed Index and all this other stuff that they kind of check one by one. Um, I don't know. If you guys want to see something added to the list of things that we check every single live stream, let me know. I want you guys to influence what's happening on these live streams. How's the 250K challenge going? That starts in, let's see, that's not the screen I want to be on. That starts in about 3 days, something like that. So, I did get a head start on it, and I have added 160% to the portfolio, but officially it starts next month. So we'll see. Like I said, 250K is the goal, but I'm just trying to aim above the target so I hit the target. Realistically, I am expecting only around 70 grand, but I still don't feel like that is a bad come out when you only start with 100 bucks. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be lots of fun. I'll be glad to tag you guys along. And like I said, this is a trial run for me to perfect a method that I can use on my regular account. Like I said, obviously the math is there behind it to get to 250 grand, but I'm sure there'll be many hiccups along the way. As well as that, it's just a trial. So if you guys are following along, don't take my calls religiously. All right. Think about them logically. If it makes sense to you and you want to go for it, go for it. Not a financial advisor, just a 20-year-old kid. All right. I love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.